Hi everybody, my name is Paula. Welcome back to Purpose Fit. I have a slow fire flow for you today, something that can help you get a little bit of burn in the muscles, but also leave you feeling refreshed, able to let go of things that might have been holding you back, and as well as get a lot of good stretching in. So whenever you're ready, join me on your mat, comfortable seat, breathing in nice and deep, letting your palms face up right away if that works. Sitting up tall. Close down your eyes. Settle into your space. Begin to feel comfortable here. Begin to relax in. Begin to empty your mind. That concept is nearly impossible for a lot of us, but nearly, we can do it. Let's practice it together as best you can. Focus on my words, focus on your breath, and let every other thought just move away. And as you breathe in that focus, maybe set an intention for your practice. If you want, that can be the thing that you keep in your mind. If you choose to really focus on breath and my simple cues, you can do that instead. Give yourself one more breath here. And then when you're ready, let your eyes open. We'll flip right on over for child's pose. So child's pose is the first pose. Can sometimes feel a little bit tight, so if it feels better to have the knees slightly closer together, you can do that. If you want to prop your hands under your forehead or make some fists for more space, you can do that. Otherwise, stretch out the hands in front of you as long as you can as you reach the tailbone back. And then spread the fingers out as far apart from each other as you can, and then press the palms down into your mat. Take an inhale to reach the fingertips longer. Exhale, soften your elbows and your shoulders towards your mat. Inhale to feel the crown of the head reaching forward. Exhale to soften your chest towards your mat. One more inhale, feel the tailbone reaching back. Exhale to relax your hips down towards your heels. Good job. And then when you're ready, inhale to lift yourself up. Find some strength in the core. So as you inhale, breathe nice and full all the way through your belly, the sides of the waist and the chest. Exhale to really press the belly button in and up. Squeeze. Seeing if you can maybe even exaggerate it slightly. Inhale again. Fill up completely. Exhale. Engage. Squeeze everything in and up as best you can. One more time. Feel that strength in the core as you draw everything up. Keep that strength right here as you make a big circle. So circling the hips around to the right side and forward, over to the left and back. And then depending on what you like here, you might want to keep hands and wrists and hands square under the shoulders, or you might want a little more space, walking the hands forward slightly so that you can really drop the hips as you circle around. Take one more breath, and then circle the opposite direction. So over to the left, forward, over to the right, back. Doing as best you can to be really soft through every joint, elbows, wrists, knees, hips. Making your circle as big as you can make it. One more breath. Coming back to center, stacking the wrists under the shoulders once again. Inhale fully. Exhale. Find that engagement. Really squeeze the belly button in and up. Brace yourself underneath you. And as you do that, inhale to kick the right leg back, left arm forward. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Switch sides. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, elbow to knee. Pull it up away from your mat as best you can. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Keep going, switching the side every time. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, reach again. Exhale, set it down. Left leg, right arm. Exhale in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Keep going, keep breathing. And in these moments, when I'm not giving you as many cues or you're repeating movements a lot, instead of letting your body kind of go on autopilot and letting your mind start to drift, see if you can stay here. Make it better by breathing deeper, noticing something new about your pose, noticing something new about your breath. Let's take one more for each side. Good job. And when you're ready, inhale, kick the right leg back. Exhale to bring it through in between the hands for a low lunge. So give yourself plenty of space so you can bend deep into that front knee. Inhale to reach the hands nice and tall. Bring them together in prayer and bring the hands behind your head. So you're going to avoid pressing your hands into your head and instead press your head against your hands. Use that to lift the elbows straight up, lift the chest. Take a big breath here. Exhale, settle the hips, squeeze belly button in and up. Inhale, reach the elbows taller. Exhale, release, hands go all the way down. Inhale, back into your tabletop, and we'll find some cat-cow. So square shoulders and wrists. Inhale, lift into your cat. Exhale, squeeze everything in and up into center. Inhale, reach. Lift the tailbone, lift the head and neck. Exhale, round the upper back towards the ceiling. Keep going and keep breathing. Inhale, lift the chest through the arms. Exhale, tuck your tailbone as best you can. Keep the head and neck involved. Inhale, lift the chin, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin as best you can. One more time. Inhale to your neutral spine, kick the left leg back. Exhale, bring it through in between the hands. Nice low lunge. Give yourself plenty of space, and when you're ready, lift on up. Inhale. Exhale, hands together behind your head. Press your head against those hands. Feel lots of lift in the chest. You want to keep the elbows pointing straight up to the ceiling as best you can. One more breath. Unwind nice and easy. Back to your tabletop. Couple more cat-cow. So find that squeeze in and up of the belly button. Inhale to lift. Strong core as you do it. Exhale, round. Pull it in even tighter. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale to round. From here, walk your hands forward a handprint. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. So if it's your first one in a while or first one of the day, maybe you want to move around a little bit, experiment, and make it your own. Take one more breath to settle. And then we're going to add on. So inhale, lift the right leg nice and high. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, set it down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Press your chest forward. Inhale, three-leg dog again. Exhale, set the foot down. Keep switching. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Keep going. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Going nice and slow, getting as much space in between your feet as you can when you're in that three-legged dog. Doing your best, not worrying about anything else. Good job. Reach the right leg nice and high whenever you get there. Exhale to bring it through in between the hands, setting up for your high crescent. Inhale, lift nice and tall. Reach the fingertips and spread the fingertips out as wide as you can as you settle the hips. Now with this exaggeration of the fingertips apart, we're going to take the opposite. Exhale, step the back foot up to meet the front. Pull your fists in towards your waist and sit in the chair. From here, step the right foot back, left foot forward. Inhale, crescent, spread the fingers out. Exhale, tight fists, chair pose. Inhale, step back with the left foot, spread the fingers wide. Exhale in, chair. Inhale, right foot back, fingers high. Exhale in. Keep your balance. Inhale, reach. So of course, trying to stay nice and light in your feet as you go here. Keeping it nice and slow so that your balance is working, but you're feeling that control. You're feeling that fire building in your muscles, building in your breath. Spread the fingertips, pull them in, nice tight fist. Couple more. Good job. We'll land with the right foot forward, the left foot back, high crescent. Take an easy breath here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step the back foot in halfway and set your heel down, setting it for pyramid pose. So getting your hips square to the front of your mat as best you can, bringing the hands there if you need to. Inhale to lift the chest nice and tall. Exhale to forward fold any amount. So you can take this option, or if you want, grab opposite elbows behind your back, maybe with the left elbow on top, forward fold. Pulling the right hip back, left hip goes forward and down slightly, straight as you can get through both legs. Stay for one more breath. Inhale to slowly draw it up, pressing into the heel of the front foot to get there. Release the hands back to heart center. Exhale, bend into that front knee, drop the hands down, step yourself into your downward facing dog. If you would rather have a child's pose here, go ahead and take that. Soften. Feel the heat, the fire still building in your breath though. Perfect your down dog, softening your heels more if you can, turning the triceps down, the biceps forward. One more breath. And we'll switch. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down. Keep going, keep breathing. Alternating every time. Being nice and slow. Seeing what new things you can notice as you slow it down, as you keep breathing. Good job. Take one more here. And then when you land, left leg up, sweep it all the way through in between the hands, find that high crescent. Finding that balance, finding that nice wide reach of the fingertips right away as you press the hands up. See if you can sink slightly lower into the hips. Exhale, step forward, nice and light, nice and balanced. Left foot back. Exhale, fists in with strong breath. With intentional breath, reach back nice and light in the feet. Exhale up. Inhale, reach. Exhale up. Inhale, reach. Noticing how if you speed it up, it doesn't necessarily make it harder in this case. Slowing it down, keeping it really controlled and focusing on all of the engagement from the heels to the fingertips really gets you the best benefit in this little flow here. Good job. One more breath. Land with that left foot forward, right foot back, high crescent. Exhale, hands to heart center. Walk the back foot in halfway. Set up for your pyramid pose. So square the hips. This time the right forearm on top, grabbing opposite elbows if you like that option on the other side. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to forward fold. Any amount. This time left hip pulls back, right hip forward slightly. Breathe as you settle. Gentle squeeze together of the inner thighs to help you balance. One more breath. Press in the heel of that left foot. Inhale to rise, strong through the core. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Bring the hands down. Step back to your down dog. Catch up with a breath. Relax and breathe. Inhale to lift the right leg nice and high. Bend your knee and open up your hip this time. Reaching the knee higher, softening that left heel closer to the ground. Square as you can get through the shoulders, even weight between both hands. One more breath. Inhale, straighten and square the hips. Exhale, bring it through in between the hands. Back heel goes down this time. Open yourself up for warrior two. Do your best to find level hips as you sink into that front knee. Good job. Inhale to bring the hands together at your heart. Exhale to lean forward over that front knee as best you can. And then use that elbow inside of the knee to roll the chest open more towards the ceiling for a right angle variation. If you want to, go ahead and extend the arms, but maybe you stay right here, feeling the fire of your breath, the fire of this pose. One more breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. From here, inhale back up. Bring the front toes all the way to the side so you're in a wide leg stance facing the left side. Bringing the hands to heart center. Or if you want to, cross your arms over your body with the right elbow on top to begin here. Take an inhale, fill up the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching around and giving yourself as big a hug as you can and dropping the head and neck straight down. Shift your weight forward slightly, straightening through the knees only as much as you can. If you need a little bend there, no big deal. Release the hands and inhale into a strong flat back, fingertips to the ground. Exhale to walk your hands around to the inside of that front foot. Keep the back knee lifted or drop it down, your choice. You're going to inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale to twist. So maybe you prop your hand on your knee right about there, or you can reach it up towards the ceiling. Knee and toe of the front leg pointing in the same direction. If that means turning out slightly or keeping it forward, you decide. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale to bring that right knee back, tuck the toes, and exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing other side. Inhale to lift that left leg nice and high. Bend your knee, open your hip. Settle and soften. Reach that knee higher as you relax your heel closer to your tailbone. Stay for one more breath. Inhale, straighten and square. Exhale, bring it through. We're going to find warrior two, left foot forward and right foot back. Squaring yourself up, reaching fingertips wide when you get there. Check in with that front knee. Make sure you can see the big toe inside of it. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Lean yourself forward. Tuck that elbow inside of the knee. Pull the knee back slightly as you roll the chest open towards the ceiling. Inhale back up to your warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior, back arm down, front arm lifts. Inhale to lift up, straighten the front leg as you turn the toes to the side. This time the left elbow on top, give yourself a really gentle squeeze, gentle hug, and then wide leg forward fold. If ever it gets too scary with the arms bound like this, you can absolutely drop them down, but try it out. See how you can open through the upper back. Take one more breath. Release the hands, inhale, flat back. Exhale to bring the hands inside of that front foot for your runner's lunge. So back knee lifted or down, whichever you like. Inhale to lift the chest forward, really reach. Exhale to prop the hand on the knee or reach it all the way up for a twist. Again, if it works to turn the toes out and drop the knee out a little bit, you can. Otherwise, you can keep them nice and square. Both options are good. Inhale to unwind, plant the hands, step the foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. All the focus back on your breath. All the focus on releasing away any junk that you feel rising up to the surface. Drop your knees down. And we're going to come to stand on our knees. So from here, a little bit of a camel variation. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Stretch the fists down as you straighten through the elbows as best you can. And then use that to roll the shoulders open and lift the chest. You might be good right here, keeping shoulders and hips stacked. If it works for you, engage through the core as you gently press the hips forward. Lift the shoulders up and over those feet. Lift your gaze. Make sure there's no pinching in the lower back. Lift taller through the chest. Engage through the front side of your body so everything feels supported. One more breath. Inhale to stack yourself up, shoulders over hips, and then you're going to bring your fists over to the left hip and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Stay for another breath. Unwind yourself nice and easy. Back to center. Switch the grip with your hands so the opposite thumb and thumb and pointer finger are on top, and take it again. So maybe you're just stretching down, working on straightening those elbows, pulling the shoulders back, lifting through the chest. If you want to add on, gently send the hips forward, lift the chest up and back. Find a version of camel pose. It doesn't have to be a lot. Let the head and neck drop back with control if it works. Slowly unwind, take your time, engage through the core to get there, and then bring the fists over to that right hip, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Come on back to center. Plant the hands down and flip the legs around as best you can for a staff pose. So even between both sit bones, flex the toes back towards you and press your legs into the ground as best you can. And then pretending you're doing flat back, Find a spot on your legs to press your hands and then really press your hands in. Feel that strength in your core as you lift tall through your waist. Exhale to forward fold any amount. Being patient because you're still coming out of those back bends. It might feel a little tight. Just do your best. Relax into it. Go slow. Breathe. Inhale to slowly sit yourself up. Cross the right shin in front of the left. Sit tall. Maybe again, find a spot on the ground. Press in like you were doing that flat back. And then forward fold any amount, stretching out your hips here. If you're a little more open through the hips and you want to stack up, ankles and knees for a little fire log pose, you can. Sit yourself up. Switch the cross of your legs, so left shin in front, or fire log, stacking left shin on top of right. Sit up tall, press the hands in if you want, and then lean forward any amount. Do your best if you're in that fire log to not let your ankles collapse. You want to keep it all nice and straight, nice and stacked as best you can. Inhale to sit yourself up. Come all the way over your legs, hands plant into the mat, and you're going to lay down onto your belly. So taking your time to get there. When you do get there, roll the shoulders back. Inhale to lift into your baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Bringing the hands underneath your head and relaxing there for a second, letting the hip points really sink into your mat, letting your lower back and upper back relax. Taking a breath to settle. When you get here, bring your left knee out to the side for fallen tree pose. So you're kind of going to pull that knee up as high as is comfortable and then actively press the left hip down to feel a little bit of stretch. It's going to be very mild, but should feel really comfortable to settle in, to lay here, to breathe. I like to turn my toes out to the sides so they're knee and toe are pointing in the same direction, sort of like frog pose legs. Settle in and breathe. Feel yourself beginning to use that breath and the work that you've done on your mat to burn away any excess, anything you no longer need. And then when you're ready, you can add on. You're going to reach the left arm forward and sneak the right arm through underneath. Back of the hand presses into the ground, and you drop your right shoulder down towards your chest to feel any amount of stretch through the upper back. Reaching the left fingertips forward as comfortable, reaching that right leg back. And if all of this feels good, you can stay right here. Continue to stretch. If you want to, you can take it around for a twist. So you're going to start to roll over to that right hip, keeping the left knee on the ground if you can, and reaching the left arm back from behind you. So maybe you're hanging out kind of tall. Maybe you can get a little bit further. If you're not, you can drop your hand down behind you. just to feel more relaxed, rolling that left shoulder open. Unwind yourself out of that really easily. And we'll switch to the other side. So bringing the hands back underneath the chest or underneath the head. See if you can maybe inhale, lift up to a version of Cobra real quick to reset. And then set it down. Bringing the hands under your head. Bringing that right knee out to the side. Toes out to the side. Pressing the right hip actively down to feel a bigger stretch. Add on by reaching the right hand forward. Left arm goes through. Drop your left shoulder down as best you can. And then sink your chest down, back down to your mat. Maybe finding a comfortable place to rest your head. And then unwind into that twist. So slowly rolling over to that left hip. Unwinding the right arm as best you can, keeping the left knee down to the ground if you can. If it feels way too tight, uncomfortable, of course, let it lift up. But maybe find a variation that works for you here. Unwinding nice and easy. Hands underneath your shoulders, both legs stretching back, hips press into the ground. Inhale, lift, baby cobra or high cobra variation. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift yourself up to kneeling plank or high plank. Just for a breath before you set the knees down and shift back to child's pose. So right where we started here. Relaxing and settling in, breathing nice and deep, feeling that extension through the fingertips, maybe again spreading the hands out nice and wide and pressing the palms down. If it feels better, reach around the hands towards the feet, drop the head all the way down to your mat. And then give yourself plenty of time to sit up, flip around, and lay on your back. So as you lay down, keeping the knees bent, planting the feet, just for a second to maybe send the knees side to side, again, getting more twist and stretch if you want it, as it feels good. Take it as far as you like. And then settle in for Shavasana. Nice and easy, stretching out the legs, trying out maybe one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Noticing all those little thoughts that you're carrying with you. Feeling their weight, their heaviness on you. Sort of imagining that heaviness in your hands. Imagining grabbing hold of all those thoughts. And then notice how little of those thoughts you really need to keep with you. As we look at the past, we learn some things from our mistakes. We keep with us some positive memories, but there's very little we actually need to take with. Most of it we can let go. So think about holding all of those thoughts that you need to let go of in your hands. And then visualize taking those thoughts away from you as you bring the hands down to your mat, palms face down, send it all away. And when you're ready, know that you can stay here as long as you want to, but find the time to be nice and slow whenever you're ready to come out. So wiggling slowly and gently, adjusting, taking some final stretches, final movements to get yourself back to normal here. Rolling over to one side and pausing there for a breath or two to reset. Pressing up to a comfortable seat as you're ready. Staying relaxed through the joints, through the muscles. Letting go of the work as you continue in this space of ease. And then we bring the hands together at the third eye center, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. We bring the hands to the mouth, reminding us to speak clear and loving words. And we rest the hands at the heart, reminding us of our clear and loving intentions. Thank you for joining me for practice today. Namaste. Thanks again for training with purpose, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.